Hi everyone, today I'm here to talk about The Great Ghost Rescue by Ava Ibbotson. I did a review of another one of her books called Dial a Ghost that I've had in my library at home since I was a child. I can't remember when I got it. I probably got it in elementary or middle school, either at a book fair or at one of these cool things they used to do at school where they would pass out these little, I don't even know, they weren't like brochures, they were like 2 pages of paper stapled together, and they had a bunch of books and you could choose them and send your money into them, and then your book would be delivered, and it was like the coolest thing. It was like getting a book in the mail. It was totally awesome. I can't remember what they were called though, like the Scholastic Book Exchange. I don't remember. Anyway, I've had this book, Dial a Ghost, on my bookshelf for a very long time, and I've read it as a child. I recently reread it. I still loved it, thought it was hilarious. And this is by the same author. I found it at the same library book sale that I found the last book I reviewed, the Hardy Boys one, at. And so I put it in my bag, totally excited. And it was still a decent book. I didn't think it was as good as Dial a Ghost. And I think that's just because I felt like the characters weren't as fleshed out, they didn't seem as individual, and I felt like this book just wasn't as funny or as, how would I say, I feel like to me it didn't relate as much as Dial a Ghost, and even though it was trying to make fun of certain things, to me it just didn't resonate as well as Dial a Ghost. But it was still an enjoyable read. Some of the parts were still entertaining. And once I was done reading it, I did go research it a little bit because she has written more books than just these two. And I saw that this was the first novel she published, at least the first children's novel. Don't quote me on that first novel thing. And so, as a first novel, actually, for children, once I realized that, I was like, oh, this is actually quite well done. You know, there's a lot of characters, and even though I don't think they're as well developed or as individual as the ones in Dial a Ghost, you can still remember who is who, and it's not a big mess where you're confused about which character is which. I did feel like there was some side characters that weren't necessarily needed in the story, and I feel like in Dial a Ghost that was kind of not like rectified as if she had to make up for it or anything, but that was just, she seemed to be more streamlined, it was funnier, the jokes were better, and like I said, once again, with the characters, they were just better developed in Dial a Ghost. But this was still definitely an enjoyable kids book, and that's basically all I had to say about it. This is going to be a really short review. I still thought it was entertaining. I thought the idea of exorcism, which happens at one point in the novel, that's not really giving anything away, but that does happen. I thought the way that that was done and what it did to the ghosts and how they reacted to that was super unique and very interesting, and I would definitely suggest it. So I guess my question for today, which I don't know, I really should go back and look at all the questions I've already asked, is do I believe in ghosts? Because this is a book all about how ghosts are real. And the answer to that question is I'm not sure. I think that if there is something, and I hope there is something beyond this life, that we could definitely come back and watch over people here and not necessarily influence them, but maybe give them thoughts that we're still here or feelings. But at least for me, if I ever became a ghost, I wouldn't be spending my time opening cupboards and slamming doors. And I think a lot of those movies or videos that you see online are faked, because it's always the camera pans away to something and then they turn back and the door is open, or the dish has fallen off the counter. It's, it's kind of like, yeah, someone else could have just been there and closed that door or pushed that dish off and then got out of the camera frame. You need to know camera tricks and how they work. The easiest one is obviously just looking away for a moment and then turning back and something's changed. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I don't know if I believe in ghosts. But like I said, I think if they do exist, I feel like they wouldn't be wasting their time. But then again, okay, that being said, I might do it to specific people. I would probably haunt specific people and open doors and drawers and make balls levitate in the air or something like that just to annoy them. But they would be like, oh my gosh, I bet it's Tate as a ghost just trying to annoy me, right? I wouldn't be one of those malicious ones that are throwing things or trying to, murder children in their sleep. I don't know. But I would like to hope that there's something beyond this life. Whether or not there is, I obviously don't know. I'm not dead. But I would like to think that I could become a ghost and wander around and see everything on Earth that I wanted to see that I didn't get around to when I was alive, because now I'm a ghost. Every place is safe to me, right? I don't have to worry about anything. People can't catch me, as far as I'm aware, as a ghost. But, you let me know. If we can catch ghosts, government, you let me know. Yeah. That was a really quick, really short review of The Great Ghost Rescue by Ava Ibbotson. Please comment down below. Do you believe in ghosts? What do you think about ghosts? Like, subscribe. I will put my link tree down below as well. I do have a podcast called Fighting for Writing, and you can visit my website, which is tatesapb.com. You can follow me on Instagram, which is tatesapb, and I'll put all of that below. Like I said, it's all in my link tree. I am about to start a new podcast. I do have to put some things together. It is going to be a true crime one, and I'm pretty excited for it. But it might also be rough because it's my first true crime podcast that I've ever done. And it is going to be a 5-part series, or 5-part series. It's going to be 5 episodes. I'm like, that sounded like it was going to be 5, larger chunks of a series. It's going to be 5 episodes. And I'm excited for it, even if it is rough. So thank you so much for listening. Like I said, subscribe, share, and check me out on Instagram. Check out my website, subscribe to my podcast. That'll all be down in the link tree. Whoa, can't speak today, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and you all have a great day.